Alexa, play Stir Fry by Migos.
Stir Fry by Migos from Spotify.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's Lydia. Thanks for tuning in, and today I wanted to share with y'all all the ways that I try to prevent and avoid breakage in my hair. Now, we all know breakage sucks. Raise your hand if you've ever dealt with breakage. I know I have, and if you haven't, oh my god, I hate you. Just kidding, I love you, but oh my god, I'm jealous because breakage really does suck. But either way, these are the tips that I wanted to share with y'all so you can avoid and prevent breakage in your hair. So let's just jump right in. So first up is, if you're the type of person that likes to wear braid outs, twists, cornrows, things like that, make sure they're not too tight on your hair, or they're not too tight on your scalp. I know when I was younger and I used to get cornrows a lot, boy, did the lady, ooh, she would just squeeze those braids into my scalp. Oh my god, there was one point where my scalp was basically swollen because the braids were in too tight, and now I low-key regret it because, yeah, that's probably gonna make me have a receding hairline later on in my future, but that's not the point. What I'm basically trying to tell y'all is just make sure, if you guys do like to do braid outs and twist outs and things like that, make sure they're not done too tight. There's nothing really wrong with those styles. They're actually really great protective styles, but yeah, just make sure they're not being put in too tight. Next is the infamous poof, and y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, the poof ponytail, whether it's like at the top of your head, the back of your head, a low big poof ponytail. I'm basically talking about the huge ponytail that us natural haired girls and guys like to wear. So the problem with the poof is usually what we end up doing is we have to make sure the hair tie is actually tied on tight enough so it can stay in place. And the biggest thing that I would say for y'all to do so you don't get breakage is don't sleep with your poof. Imagine like your hair's already in a tight ponytail and then you lay and you're tossing and turning. That's just gonna put more and added stress at your hair and at your roots, and that's just gonna cause breakage, and you don't want that. So avoid sleeping with the poof, and make sure that your poof or your ponytail, I really shouldn't be calling it poof, make sure that your ponytail isn't being put in too tight either. Now, if you're the type of person that likes to wrap their hair before they go to bed, or you know, wear a satin headband or a satin scarf or things like that, just wrap a scarf around your hair. One, make sure the material that you're using isn't like a super rough and abrasive material, because imagine if you're tying that around your hairline and then it's like moving in the middle of the night as you toss and turn at night, bro, that's just gonna cause a breakage all up on your hairline, and you don't want that. And second of all, make sure that if you do put it on, don't like put it on right where your hairline meets. Either put it on a little bit afterwards or a little bit before. That way, if it does move around, the friction isn't gonna be right at your hairline where you normally get a lot of breakage. Personally, for me, whenever I did experience breakage, I would get it right along here at the front of my head or right in the back near the crown of my head. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you do tie your hair with a scarf at night, don't put it right against your hairline. Now, this fourth tip is something that I've personally been guilty of, but make sure that you don't focus too much on your ends. Your scalp needs love too. I know a lot of the times we're worried about like making sure our ends have enough moisture, that, you know, we're not getting split ends and all that kind of stuff, and then we end up neglecting our scalp and our roots, and you know, that's where most of the problem occurs in terms of breakage. So make sure that you're moisturizing it properly, you're detangling it properly. If you're not the type of person that detangles your hair in sections, well, you better start, because that'll definitely help minimize the amount of breakage you see in your hair. And also, when you do detangle your hair, really try to detangle your hair from tip to root, as opposed to just like starting up here and just raking it and expecting it to just detangle that way. That's just gonna cause added stress on your hair and lead to more breakage. So yeah, make sure that, you know, you're nurturing your scalp and your roots and giving it all the TLC it deserves. I know it's the winter time, and even in the summertime people like to wear hats, but if you do wear hats and if you do wear beanies, make sure that you have some type of protective satin scarf or something underneath it, or make sure that it's like a satin lined beanie or a satin lined hat, something. Because if you think about it, if you're putting on the hat on and off throughout the day, that friction is just gonna lead to more and more breakage all throughout this part of your hair, and that's not really what you want. So if you can, try to find a satin lined hat or beanie, or if you can't, make sure that when you wear your hat, you're covering your hair, you're protecting it with some type of satin material. And last but not least is the infamous brush. Now we all know we shouldn't really be brushing out curly hair because yeah, that's just gonna lead to a big poofy mess. But I'm more so talking about, you know, the people that really overuse brushes to like lay down their hair, or if they really want that like slick down look and they use that slick down look too much. Yeah, if you use a brush too much with that, that's just gonna lead to a lot of breakage because, you know, imagine you're taking a gel which usually has pretty harsh ingredients in it, especially if it has a lot of alcohol in it. That can be really drying. So imagine you're drying out your hair with the gel and then you're going in with a brush on dried out hair. That's just gonna break. Like imagine dried hair just breaks easier. So make sure that you aren't using the brush too much, and if you do, make sure that you're also using, you know, ingredients and products that are actually moisturizing to your hair and your hairline as opposed to drying it out. And yeah, so those are the things that I try to do to make sure that I'm preventing and avoiding breakage in my hair because, like I said, breakage sucks and, you know, it's just not fun to deal with. So really try to keep these things in mind and you may see a difference in your hair. I really do hope you guys found this video helpful and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Also, comment down below if y'all have any other tips and things that you do to avoid and prevent the amount of breakage you see in your hair. Kind of curious. I'm always learning, so leave them down below and let me know. Either way, hit that subscribe button on your way out. I will love you so much if you do. I won't hate you if you don't, but I will love you if you do. Thank you again for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.